Hey there, Clue Crew. This is Krolmeister Sisters. I am Ariana.
I am Risa.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters. I did it slightly better than you. I took over for Risa today. Disclaimer. This is not a rated G podcast. We do swear a lot. Probably a little more tonight because Risa started drinking before the podcast. So
I dislocated a finger.
If you do want to listen to a family-friendly podcast, then go right ahead over to Unlocked.
Unlocked.
On
I know I want it to say it's locked, but I understand why they say unlocked because they're unlocking the backstory of the voice actors. I get it, but it's ingrained in me to say it's locked.
It's stuck.
So what are we talking about today, Ariana?
Today we are talking about one of our all-time favorites.
Yep.
Crystal Skull.
Legend of the Crystal Skull.
Shh, just Crystal Skull. Just Crystal Skull.
We no longer really need to start talking about when we started playing a game, since at this point we were just playing them when they came out. So I'm just going to bypass that part. So
I will say that we got lucky with the timing, and it was kind of a fairly gloomy and stormy day.
It was.
And we got to just turn off the lights, and it was really nice and atmospheric, and I loved it.
It was great. So what do we like about this game?
Absolutely everything.
I know. It's just like this game is so filled with fun stuff that I just don't know where to start.
Yeah. I tried really hard to tear it apart all day. But I couldn't figure anything out. I kept going, well, I mean, maybe no, that's really good. I love that. No, that's I really tried. I tried to be very critical because, we've been pretty critical of the rest of them, but it's really hard on this one.
I gotta say, like, my favorite part of this game is the location.
Yes.
It's just beautifully atmospheric with the music, and the sound effects, I think, are amazing. You just get so much, I don't know, all the rain sounds. That's my favorite part.
You feel like you're in the really jungly, swampy Louisiana.
I know, it's like it's literally like you start playing the game and I feel like it's like humid out and I'm gonna that's what it feels like. And pretty much you get to find gumbo, which is one of our favorite things in the world. Yes. So our favorite foods have to be gumbo and jambalaya, and you can buy both.
Yeah,
and etouffee. But I love jambalaya. I think what's really good about this game for us is right before it came out, we found this really great restaurant by where we lived at the time, and we tried real gumbo for the first time, and so we were super into it.
Yeah.
That's still like the best restaurant in the world. Creole Cafe, Old Town San Diego. You gotta go. If you ever go to San Diego, you gotta go.
It's actually one of those places that we've been like, you know what? Nancy Drew game should totally be set in this place.
Really funny is that someone, I think it was last year, someone tweeted Her Interactive a bunch of pictures of the Creole Cafe and the side of the Whaley House, saying, "Oh, this feels like a Nancy Drew game," and Her Interactive retweeted it. And I was like, I've been saying this for a decade.
But you didn't tweet it.
I didn't tweet it. To be fair, I didn't have a Twitter back then.
Yeah, that's true. There wasn't Twitter back then.
No, there was Twitter started in like 2007. Twitter just started. No, Twitter hadn't started by the time. Yeah. This came out in like 2006 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those things. But still.
Anyway.
What I'm saying is that it reminds me of my favorite restaurant. So that automatically gives it like a bump up.
Yeah. There's I don't know, there's something about the Louisiana, the New Orleans stuff that just kind of it sits well with us. I think it really calls out to our Southern girls within us.
Pretty much.
Because, it's that kind of homey feel. Oh, and the curio shop.
I love the curio shop so much.
I love the curio shop. It's great and weird. And the graveyard. Basically,
any game where we can go to a graveyard, we're pretty happy. And that sounds really weird. And I think we've addressed this in the past with us. But we're the weird people who like to go to graveyards, especially really old ones.
Which is funny because actually our favorite cafe, we would go from having like gumbo or jambalaya, and we'd go just down the block, and there's the Old Town Cemetery. El Campo Santo or whatever.
Yep. So, you know,
but
I think that might have a huge effect on it because there are so many shops like the curio shop on that street as well. So that might have something to do with it.
Warped our sense of being.
And also, but gardening, the garden area, where everything is just so fresh, and you just feel like you step out there and you can like smell the dirt.
Oh, it's so nice. And when we're looking for like, we're looking for mushrooms.
Yes, we look for mushrooms.
Okay,
we go foraging for the herd. We're not really qualified to forage. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
just gonna put that out there. Nancy could easily have picked the wrong kind of mushroom.
That's an entirely different Nancy Drew game. No, but in our list of on our show notes, what we like about everything, like my section of what I like, it began immediately in all capital letters, and as it progressed, it got into bold and then italics, and then everything has a bunch of
exclamation points.
Exclamation marks. It's like dressing the iguana as a mailman.
I just love. I'll touch on that later though, but just iguanas in general, I'm a fan.
Love me
for the most
iguana.
part. It was scary when I went to Costa Rica and a freaking 5-foot iguana falls out of a tree right next to us. That was a little scary.
Those iguanas are fucking cute.
They are huge. Huge. However, iguanas as like pets, A+. So what do we dislike about this game?
Okay, the best that we could come up with was sometimes it can be a little awkward going back and forth between Nancy and Bess.
Because it's like, you don't have anything really to say, but you're still like...
Here's what's going on. All right, thanks for filling me in. And
exactly. It's just... It's really awkward. Like, I'm glad they started including that mechanic more.
Yeah.
Being able to go between characters and all that. Yeah. But at the same time, they did it in some really awkward ways.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's no, like, I don't know how you could do it without it being awkward, but
literally
at the same time,
just open up a menu and then click on the character you want to play. That's not that hard.
Yeah. You have their little portraits.
Yeah, that's not that hard.
Just on the phone.
Yeah. But, that's fine.
And I love that we get to be Bess.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. I went back to liking Bess.
Yes, we like being Bess. Being Bess is fun. Bess. I like her little purse.
I love her little purse.
That's my favorite part, is that she has the cute little purse with the little compact in it and everything. Yeah. It's just like, oh,
so good.
Bess is like one of my favorite characters of all time.
And the other thing, I love her so much.
Yeah.
But then the other thing that we could come up with that we didn't like was that there's a lot of busy work.
Yeah, it's like we have to go back and forth between things constantly. Mm-hmm. It's like... I love the grave puzzle, where we have to go back and forth and solve the riddles, because I love riddles, especially ones that are puns. Polyester Gibbons. Kills me every time. But I don't like the fact that I have to go back and forth to the graves every time I do it. Like, that just seems like bloating for the game.
Yeah, go to the graves and then go back to the book. If you happen to have forgotten something you were looking for, or where something is, you have to go all the way back and look at the book, or look at the little mini graveyard.
Yeah.
Which, I love the mini graveyard so much.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's the thing, is that it's great, and I feel like we could have gotten away with maybe using the mini graveyard more, or being able to pick the book up to take with us, maybe.
That would have been great.
So we wouldn't have had to come back and forth every single time.
Although, in all fairness, it was very rainy, and that book was very old. It could have deteriorated. You remember Book Sale.
I know. So that doesn't sound like a crazy person thing. We used to run a charity book sale with our parents. That's not just us being completely crazy.
We've dealt with a lot of really old books.
Really old books and trying to get them out of the rain.
Really bad weather. Yep.
So.
Like the time that the courtyard flooded. That was great.
That was wonderful.
Not terrifying because I worried about the safety of the books at all. No.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, that's what we dislike about the game, which isn't very much and was interspersed with more compliments, to be fair.
What kind of cynical millennials are we?
I don't know, man. We're just suckers for gloomy atmosphere, you know?
Faux shiz.
Yeah. So who are our favorite characters? I'm just going to preface this with, under our fave character section in our notes, I put yes.
And I took
Yes.
I took over and started putting what we actually liked about the characters. But yeah, basically, yes. The characters. This is one of the
I think it's the best ensemble.
The best cast. It's really great because everybody's like quirky, but not like too much so. Well, until Renee goes completely batshit at the end. But
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers for a book that's over a decade or a book
game.
It's a book now.
It's loosely based on a book.
But yeah, it
has a really good ensemble. All the characters are pretty interesting. I mean, there are some characters I have unpopular opinions about. Mostly just Henry, because for some reason, Clue Crew, I don't know what it is. Why do you guys have a boner for?
I know
for Henry? Why do you guys have a boner for Henry? I don't understand.
Don't get me wrong. I like him, and he's adorable, and he needs to dump that girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
but
drop that gold digging bitch, cause.
But it's just like he's not like guys. Let's be real. He's a pasty ass bitch.
He's a pasty ass bitch.
I mean, guys.
Got some crazy issues, but yeah.
He's got some, but still, he's a good character.
He's a very interesting character to say the least.
And I love that Ned is just like super concerned about him, and Henry's just like, I don't know why Ned would be concerned. I'm fine. And it's like, dude, you're sitting here like crying
in the dark. You're sitting crying in the dark.
It's like, you're not fine. You know you're not fine, and Ned is being a good friend. That's what I like about. That's another thing I really like about this game, is that the whole premise is that Ned is a good friend and no one deserves him.
No one deserves Ned.
No one deserves Ned. It's true.
But yeah, no, just imagining their friendship is just awesome.
It's like he's like a gloomy person, and then like Ned, who's like
bubbliest motherfucker,
is like a Labrador and a surly cat were friends.
Oh my gosh! So you're telling me that they're Rita and hi cat, your cat.
Yes.
Rita and what's his face, the cat and dog from Animaniacs.
Yes, that's exactly.
I can't remember the dog's name for the life of me. I don't remember the
dog's name either, but yes.
But yeah, love it. Love everything about that idea. Love Dr. Buford because he's a wonderful old man.
And we've met our fair share of Dr. Bufords in our lives.
Yeah.
Flirty old men.
Yep. Then there's, crazy Southern lady.
I would never drink anything she gave me.
No, never.
No.
Not even just coming up out of fainting. I would absolutely not.
I'd be like, no, thank you. Even if she tried to offer me sweet tea, I would probably decline. Like, that's 100%. Saying something.
And we love us some sweet tea. So.
Then there's Lamont, who's just trying his best.
just trying his best.
Exactly.
And Bess poisons.
Bess just messes up with his IBS. She messes his IBS up. She causes him to go into a freaking sneezing fit and itching powder. It's like, really? Oh my gosh, you're so mean to this man.
Poor sweet baby.
Poor Lamont.
He's just trying to own a small business. That's it.
Pretty much.
All he wants to do.
Pretty much.
It's a really crazy little shop. I mean, albeit, I think he like makes it seem like the shop's not doing well, I want to say.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would buy everything from there. I love
you
that
would really
place.
What I like about the curio shop is that it's filled with references to past games. We get super drunk when we go in there because obviously one of our rules on our drinking game is to take a sip every time you come across a reference to an old game. So it's like there's the stone statue from Curse of Blackmore Manor. There's the Whisperer from Secret of the Scarlet Hand. There's just all sorts of stuff in there that you're like, yep, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip.
As Risa takes a sip. I want to say the same thing happens at Alexi's shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't played Alibi and Ashes in forever.
Yeah, I think we only played it the one time.
I've played it like twice.
Did you play it with Andrew?
No, remember we played it and then we live blogged it.
Did we?
Yes, we live blogged it.
No, I know we live blogged it. That's not what I'm asking.
Yes, we played it before we live blogged it.
Okay.
So yes, we played it twice. I didn't really like that game, but that's for another time.
That's a different story. And then our final favorite character, but the ultimate favorite character, Iggy.
Yes, Iggy is the best character. Iggy is the least problematic character in all of Nancy Drew. I would say on par with Lulu, but Lulu still wants something from us. So
well, I mean, technically Iggy kind of does too.
Iggy only kind of does.
The guavas.
But at least Iggy isn't like irritating and grating when, and it's kumquat, I think. It's not guavas.
Kumquat? Okay. That's what it is.
Oh,
no, you're right. I think it's kumquat.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But who is our least favorite character? Now that we've listed all of the characters.
Yeah, right.
What's her name? Autumn, summer?
Yeah, it's a season.
It's a season.
I don't remember.
It's not spring or winter, probably. Although I have been taking care of a child named Winter, so they do exist.
Oh,
isn't that a cute name though? She's a little brat, but
I'm getting ready to say something about
But yeah, it's autumn or summer. I feel like it's summer. I don't know, but she is an abusive. I won't say the word I'm thinking of, but yes, she's like. I'm glad everyone on Tumblr agrees. Like, I'm really glad everyone on Tumblr agrees that she's a full-on abusive crody.
Yeah.
So, it's just the worst. But we don't even see her. It's like, that's our least favorite character, and we don't even see her. Yeah. So, what is your favorite puzzle moment of the game?
Oh my god. I love so many of them.
I know. We're just like, we've already listed the entire game.
Yeah, right? Basically, it's just getting into tiny details because I love the eyeballs. Every way we find an eyeball.
I just like anytime I have in a game where we just find things like that, I love it. That's why when the bonus edition started coming out and we started being able to find all the charms
and stuff,
I was like, yes. Because anytime I have to find something like that, I'm like in heaven. That's my favorite thing in the world.
And you mentioned the graveyard puzzles.
Oh my gosh.
Those are here. And first of all, I love those. Those are so like silly and clever, and I love that there was a man who dedicated his graveyard to holding keys to a fucking puzzle. Also, he had his own graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
like the man put in fake graves.
Yeah.
Because these people did not exist. These people are not real.
I hope
Kneel
not.
down does not exist.
You don't know. Someone could have been really bad at naming. Like Polyester Gibbons. Some of them are just, they're hilarious.
They're
that's
great.
part of why I love it so much. Dressing up Iggy.
Yes.
Dressing up Iggy is one of my favorite puzzles. It's not even a puzzle, it's more like a mini game, to be honest.
The cutest thing.
It's just like that iguana looks so done with us. Iggy is just like, I'm just doing this for the kumquat.
Just doing it for the kumquats, guys.
It's just what I'm doing.
Yeah, I love dressing him up. He's so cute.
It's really cute.
And so done. He's so over it.
Yeah.
I also really love the tooth book puzzle.
I remember when we were younger and it first came out, that was so infuriating to us.
Because we didn't realize that it would be
backwards.
Yeah.
Even though it says somewhere in the area, it says that, but we missed that. So we were just like so irritated. We didn't know. We couldn't get it. But now that we're older and we know that, it's fun. I love the puzzle, I like all the clock puzzles because, me and clocks.
Yes.
All those are fun because they're not only is it a clock, but it's riddles.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting all of the eyeballs to line up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a riddle. I love it.
Yeah.
And some of it is having to, find the words east, west, north, and all of that in there. And that's great. I enjoy that so much.
I love the Curio Shop, the Incredible Machine puzzle.
Yes.
Another one of those where they just kind of ripped off another kind of game, but at the same time,
it was great.
Worked. It was great. I loved the whole, okay, so I'm gonna that machine I'm gonna put it up there. That machine makes that setup makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
But
it took us forever to get that the first time because we were like, that wouldn't work like that.
Yeah.
That's not how that would work. Gosh, there's so much more. Honestly, there's so many really good puzzles.
I feel like if we'd played it more recently, we would be remembering all of them. But these are the ones that have just stuck with us over the many, many, many years.
On the flip side of the coin, what about worst puzzles?
Okay. Now, I understand that it's actually a really good puzzle as far as puzzling goes, but that fucking feather puzzle pisses off.
I'm not gonna lie. I legit just guess every single time now. I stop trying to figure it out. I just guess and it works and I'm done.
It's just, it drives me insane.
I now have a literal just like drawing picture of it in our notebook that I just don't even bother trying to figure it out anymore. Really. I'm just like, this is what it needs to look like.
Well, that was really one of those moments of Nancy starts fucking with something and all of a sudden you hear in the background. It's like, you broke it. You broke things, Nancy. You broke a goddamn tomb.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I meant that as in, but it sounded like I was referring to,
No, I know what you mean. Also, skee ball. I know this shouldn't be a hard puzzle. It's not even a puzzle. It's a freaking mini game. But that skee ball is so infuriating because I'm good at real skee ball.
I was getting sick.
I'm very good. I'm very good at real skee ball. And this doesn't behave like real skee ball, and it's stupid. Oh, but, okay. That does remind me, however, of the fact that how many, what are the Easter eggs are in this game. So many Easter eggs in this game. That's a huge thing I love about it, is that there are so many Easter eggs and they're fun to find, and you can find them without having to look through cheats, like walkthroughs and stuff, because a lot of these games, the only way I can find some of the Easter eggs is from looking online. Mm-hmm. This is one of those where we found Easter eggs the first try.
Yeah.
I think it might have been one of the first ones where we found all of the Easter eggs without having to look at them online.
Because, like, a lot of the Easter eggs in this one, it's, like, literally that's hidden like an Easter egg.
Yeah. It's like you dress the iguana up as something specific. You turn all the things on the skee-ball machine to chickens instead of eyes. Like, it's pretty easy to tell what it's going to be. Or the marble puzzle, I think, is another one. What I love is that we always get that marble puzzle. We always get the achievement of solving the marble puzzle the fastest. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Marble puzzles. Another little puzzle thing. Again, not really a puzzle that I fucking hate. It's the fucking wasps.
This is one that specifically drove us crazy when we played it on Reese's old computer, as we've talked about. It had, it'd gone through the wash, basically.
We ended up actually, if you remember correctly, we had to instead install it on our quote-unquote gaming computer. Remember? We had to install it on that instead because my touchpad was so broken at this point. Without our gaming PC, it had all of 40 gigabytes of hard drive and what was it? 2 gigabytes of RAM. It was advanced, guys. It was real advanced.
Quake 3 on it.
Yeah, and The Sims 2.
And The Sims.
The Sims 2.
All of the expansion packs.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
well, almost all of them.
Yeah. So it was really funny because it meant that we had to sit backwards on the couch to be able to play the games on it.
Because we didn't have a desk set up. We had it set up
it was behind. It was on a side table behind the couch. That's okay. But we ended up we literally could not finish it on my laptop because of the stupid wasp problem. Because the stupid touchpad wouldn't work.
Yep.
Which, funnily enough, when Andrew and I played it, I have a laptop now that has a touch screen. So we kind of cheated, and we were just hitting the touch screen to kill all the wasps. Because it was just like, fuck this. And it actually worked. It was great.
That's good.
Because otherwise, I hate that. It's stupid. And we shouldn't be sent home for getting stung by too many wasps. That doesn't make sense. Nancy is not allergic to wasps as far as I know.
No, but, I mean, she got stung by a bunch of wasps, which means that she's...
You know
and
what?
they make it
Nancy,
she's got
just run in, run out. That's all you have to do.
Face.
You don't have to, kill all the wasps to get there. Run, grab it, leave. Come on, bitch. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
You act like you've never been around a fucking swarm of wasps before.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because I have. And I didn't die. But did you die, though?
Did you die?
Did you die, though? So, what is your crackpot theory?
Henry's mother didn't actually die. She went off to become a writer. Right? Because they use that portrait, right?
Yep. Dr. Prodovici?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So she actually left to become lycanthropy.
That's her, right? It's not the one on the...
I think so.
Yeah. It's from Curse of Blackmore Manor. That's the one where they use her.
So she actually just ran off, and actually his dad didn't die of normal causes. He was a werewolf, and he had to, shoot him in the heart with a silver bullet.
Yep. Oh man. He was a werewolf, and he accidentally turned her, and so she went full ham and killed him so she could break her own curse. See?
Dang.
Wow. That's some heavy shit.
And Henry doesn't even know, man.
Henry doesn't know. He just thinks they're both buried there. And that's the real reason that their portrait got taken down.
Because they're not there.
It's because his uncle knew. Yep. His uncle knew, so he just didn't want to have that portrait of her up there. Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah. This works for me.
Tell us your guys' crackpot theories about the legend of the Crystal Skull, which we never even mentioned the Crystal Skull this entire game. This entire
because it is the
episode.
Most minor part of it.
It's not.
To get to it.
But you know what? No.
You're trying to get to it, but everything else to get to it is much more interesting.
It's just, I'm just going to pretend that it's much like that Indiana Jones movie. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. So we will see you next time, folks. I'm Risa.
Oh, and I'm Ariana.
And we're going to ask you guys to stay sleuthy.